Urban Nights Update is next. Coming up, more fallout from the North Bay fires, what officials are doing now to keep residents safe.
One San Francisco neighborhood is on alert after a mountain lion sighting, where the big cat is now.
What share ride companies are not making their drivers do that would make it safer for passengers.
Struggling to find a holiday gift this season? We got you covered. All that and more coming up on Urban Nights Update next.
The North Bay fires have subsided, the flames now extinguished, but a new problem has been brought to light by city officials. Sunday, it was announced that numerous underground pipes have been compromised by the fires. Coupled with a rainy forecast in the North Bay, the potential for flooding, sinkholes, and landslides are a real risk. One sinkhole has already opened in Fountain Grove, and authorities have closed stretches of road that could collapse as a precaution. The threat has prompted officials to reopen Santa Rosa's Emergency Center. Mayor of Santa Rosa, Chris Corsi, is hopeful of no further evacuations for his residents, but should have a plan to leave quickly if necessary. 8 cadets from San Francisco's Fire Academy have come forward saying they have been victimized by hazing and racism while attending school. The allegations have been made in an 18 letter brought forward Friday, detailing how the training staff discriminated against the students throughout the course. Similar allegations have been made in the past towards the academy, according to head of city's Black Firefighters Association, Chief Kevin Smith. Just last week, Mayor Ed Lee wrote a $100,000 legal settlement to 3 former cadets who alleged similar treatment in the academy. Fire Chief Joanne Hayes White is investigating the claims brought forward.
A recent mountain lion sighting has residents of the Presidio and Seacliff neighborhoods concerned for their safety. The predator was spotted by Salesforce CEO Mark Benioff's security system outside his home near China Beach. This incident caused the residents to wonder if mountain lions are settling the area or if it was just a lonely lion. A Fish and Wildlife spokesperson said he believes it was just one mountain lion and that they sometimes do find young males stumbling into the area. The lion was tranquilized this Friday, fitted with a GPS, and sent back into the wild. Nature's Touch says they care about their consumers. The frozen food company issued a voluntary recall on its organic fine whole green beans after a sampling program in Connecticut found a positive result of bacteria in just one bag. The positive contamination was identified as Listeria, a serious infection that can affect pregnant women, newborns, and elderly adults. Those who have bought this item are advised to throw them out or return them for a full refund. A street musician is making a name for himself in Oakland. This talented drummer spices up the sounds of Lake Merritt with the rhythm of his drum set. Ben Clegg is in Oakland with more.
At the corner of MacArthur and Grand in Oakland, sounds of traffic are overshadowed by drum beats. Aaron Warren shows his talent to the people of Oakland every Saturday. His skills are that of a seasoned vet, but he came from humble beginnings.
I never went to drum school. Every time after church, I would just get up there. There maybe were no sticks or they were broken, and I would get up there and just lock in.
And lock in is just what he did. He found the busy street corner and never looked back. Now Oaklanders come out every weekend to see what the young man can do.
I heard about Aaron online, and I thought it'd be a great thing to see on a nice Saturday afternoon, and came down here to Lake Merritt, and he's everything that the reviews say. He's amazing, great entertainment, and he really shows the culture of Oakland and brings it out. And it's something, if you got nothing to do on a weekend, it'd be a great thing to come and see and listen.
But not all residents have appreciated the hard-hitting sounds. One neighbor even filed a noise complaint, but it won't stop Aaron. He chooses to simply stay positive.
People love it. Some people hate it. I don't mind it. They can hate it. You're in the Bay Area. You know, Bay Area is filled with music, art, and soul. That's what I could say. Yeah. Just let God deal with the hate.
No matter where his talent takes him, he'll always have fans back home. You can check out his skills on Instagram at DrummerBoyAaron. In Oakland, I'm Ben Clegg for Urban Nights Update. Aaron is busy with studying during the week, but be sure to find him jamming on the weekends, spicing up the sounds of Lake Merritt. New safety rules released for Uber and Lyft. They will no longer require drivers to provide fingerprints as part of background checks. But taxi industry is not satisfied with this decision. People feel the California Public Utilities Commission has made a mistake that may come back to haunt California riders. However, the CPUC disagreed and explained that fingerprinting doesn't ensure more safety to riders. Instead, the commission will require companies to conduct annual screenings of drivers to run background checks.
Amazon and Whole Foods decided to go half on a gift just for you this holiday season. The tech giant announced that over 100 Whole Foods locations will be a shopping destination, carrying all kinds of Amazon devices, including Amazon Echo, Echo Dot, Fire TV, Fire tablets, and tons more. In addition to having devices at Whole Foods, Amazon will also have a number of pop-up stores with more than just devices. Doors are said to open right here in our home state this week. Have you ever forgotten to get someone a gift and ended up rushing around last minute? Jaslyn Brewster has a couple of quick and affordable DIY gifts to save the holidays.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. So I know the holidays are coming up, and today my job is to show you how to make 2 very easy and very affordable gifts for the holiday season. Now the first thing I'm going to show you is how to make a sugar scrub. I call it a candy cane sugar scrub because we layer the different colors, so let's go there. First, you're going to start with 2 separate cups. I've already measured everything out for the sake of time and on the show today, but basically what you want to do is you want to get 1/8 teaspoon of coconut oil, and that is for moisture and for health purposes. You know, we all love coconut oil. So you're going to take 1/8 and you're going to put it in each. So 1/8 in this one and 1/8 in the next one. And peppermint extract, I'm using extract. A lot of people like to use essential oils instead. I like the extract because it's a lot stronger and you know, you feel a lot fresher. So with the extract, I only use about maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon. If you're using the essential oil, then you can go for 8 to 10 drops. But just remember, never mix them up, because if you do 8 to 10 drops of this, you will probably be crying, literally, because your eyes will not stop watering. Alright, so from there, you want to get some food coloring. I like red. I like my candy canes classic, you know, red and white. So I got some red food coloring. I took about a teaspoon of it and I poured it in one of the bowls. After I mixed everything up, I poured it in only one. You only want it in one. Honestly, this is about the gist of it. Once you have all the ingredients in and all that stuff, you really just layer it at the bottom. I tried to angle my layers so that it would look more like a candy cane. Didn't really work out, but usually I would just lay them flat so you can differentiate the layers better. And now I'm going to show you how to make your own jam. Now I'm going to tell you, it's the best thing ever. I love when my mom gets homemade jams, homemade apple butters, the works, you name it, over Christmas break, because I always come home and I always eat it all. She gets so angry because I never save her any. But now, Mom, if you're watching, this is for you. You can make your own and you never have to worry about having limited amounts of jam. You can just make your own. Alright, so I've measured everything out, but basically you want to start with 2 cups of sugar. I'm only making about 2 cups. A lot of times people do it in bulk, so they do 4 or even double that, 8. Like I said, I'm only making 2 containers now, so I'm going to start with 2 cups of strawberries. You're going to add 2 cups of sugar to it, so I'm going to go ahead and add the sugar. Everything else I've already measured out just because it's time consuming. You're going to add 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and also 1/2 of a package of fruit pectin. Now, because I'm only making half of the order, I put half the pectin, but usually if you do 4 cups of strawberries, that's when you use the whole package. Which, I mean, it's easier that way, but not all the time am I going to go and buy 4 packs of strawberries. Basically, once you pour all the ingredients in, the only thing you really have to worry about is blending it to the right consistency, and you'll be able to tell. It should be a little runny. I promise you it will not stay this way. Okay, so now that we've blended everything, you're going to take it and you're just going to pour it in your jars. And you're going to set it in your fridge, and when you take it out, it's going to be the consistency that you want. So I'm just going to pour it in. It's really nothing to it. Okay guys, unfortunately that's all we have for today, but in the end the result should look like this. Here we have our candy cane scrub. And right here, we have our very own homemade delicious jam. Now, if you want to switch it up, you can. You can always use different fruit like raspberry or blueberries. And if you want a different flavor, you don't have to use peppermint. You can use lavender or whatever. Get creative. It's the holidays. Do what you feel. That's all I have for you today. I'm Jasmine Brewster, and thank you so much for watching.
Every November, San Francisco is the home of a huge technology event put on by Salesforce. Yearly, this event brings nearly 170,000 people to the city from all over the world. Along with the event being a 4-day conference for Salesforce employees, during this event, the company also finds ways to give back to the community. This year, the conference has raised money for UCSF Children's Hospital and also helped create relief for victims of the North Bay fires. Bay Area native rapper G-Eazy had some choice words for the President of the United States as he called Trump out for allegedly not speaking on the deadly North Bay fires. G-Eazy hosted his own fire relief benefit event at AT&T Park on November 9th when he said, "These fires were completely devastating. A lot of people lost everything, and the President of the United States never said anything about it." G-Eazy plans to donate 100% of proceeds to support the rebuilding process to the areas affected by the fires.
Speaking of new versus old, film cameras are managing to still put up a fight against newer digital cameras. Isaac Bauer is in San Francisco with the story.
I first started taking photography classes my freshman year of high school. We had to shoot in black and white film because that's how they wanted us to learn. My dad had his dad's old camera, which is the one that I'm shooting with. So it brought a little more significant meaning to it because that's my grandpa's, and he was no longer with us at that time. So I kind of felt a little more drive or empowerment just knowing that I was using his camera and kind of carrying his name with that. I think black and white, there's something about the old-fashioned look compared to a clear digital picture. With black and white, you catch a lot more noise in the photos. Also, shooting on one of these, you have to know the basics of a camera to be able to use it, whereas you could set a digital camera on automatic and it would adjust the lighting, it would focus for you, all that. When you do film, you feel more in control and actually like when you're composing the photograph, whereas with digital, you can kind of just point and shoot. In black and white, especially when you don't see color, that's where composition and contrasts of colors really enhance your photograph. I'd say that film cameras are relevant today because technology is advancing so quickly. It's enjoyable to go back and use an older process.
Saturday Night Live's Cold Open featured Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore after sexual misconduct allegations were made against him. Multiple women have come forward claiming that Moore tried to have sexual relationships with them years ago, while the women were still teenagers. SNL took it upon themselves to highlight the situation by mocking the Senate candidate. However, the real Roy Moore has denied all allegations, claiming that it is an attempt to disturb his bid for Senate. Disneyland officials have confirmed that 9 people have contracted Legionnaire's disease after visiting the amusement park in September. The Orange County Healthcare Agency is now investigating people who live or visited Anaheim in September. Symptoms of the disease include coughing, shortness of breath, fever, and muscle aches. Disneyland is chemically treating and shutting down 2 cooling towers to get rid of the bacteria and prevent further spread of the disease.
Let's take it over to Brianna with entertainment. She has some exciting things in store.
For all you moviegoers out there, I have a few and exciting films that are definitely you're going to want to check out in theaters this year. First of all on my list is Justice League, which comes out November 17th. This star-studded hero movie will be an action-packed and a true treat for you DC comic fans, as their favorite superheroes will be brought to life all in one movie. Let's take a look.
No protectors here. No lanterns. No Kryptonian. This world will fall. Like all the others.
If you're looking to see a new comedy movie, then I have the perfect one for you. Daddy's Home 2 looks to be the potential candidate for the funniest movie of the year, with Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg leading the cast. The second installment of this family-oriented comedy will feature the fathers of both Ferrell and Wahlberg's characters. This movie debuts this past weekend.
This year, no more back and forth at Christmas.
We're not doing the back and forth.
Nope, I just said that.
A together Christmas like a normal family.
A together Christmas!
Hello? Grandpa Kurt?
My dad is gonna scoff at everything we do. Your father hasn't met the new evolved Dusty. I mean, who wouldn't be impressed with you? Ben! Dear God. This is gonna come off weird, Dusty, but he's beautiful.
Why don't you bring the car around?
I'm not the driver. I'm Brad. Stepdad? My dad's coming too. Dad! Red sweater. He wears a red sweater so I can see him in a crowd.
There's my big man!
Keeping the ball rolling with movies, another one to look forward to seeing at the end of this year is another comedy and spin-off. Jumanji 2 looks to be hilarious, with The Rock and Kevin Hart leading the cast. The new version of Jumanji focuses on a video game console instead of a board game. The console traps 4 high school students into the Jumanji world and forces them to win their way out.
What are those?
Avatar names, so you pick a character and then you're that person in the game.
Which one do I pick?
I don't think it matters that much. Should we play?
What's going on?
What's up with your hand? Holy
Boy, Vay.
Where the rest of me?
Oh my God. Bridge?
Yeah, I'm Fridge. Who are you?
It's me, Spencer.
Who is she?
Martha? I think we got sucked into the game, and we've all become the avatars we chose.
So that means I'm...
Bethany?
After looking at these trailers, all 3 of these movies should be very exciting to see. Go check them out at local theater near you. Back to you guys in the studio.
Another wave of sexual misconduct allegations swept through Hollywood, the newest offender being comedian Louis C.K. He wrote an open letter to apologize Friday, saying, quote, "These stories are true. The power I had over these women is that they admired me, and I wielded that power irresponsibly." The allegations stem from a New York Times report written last week in which 5 women alleged he displayed disturbing sexual behavior around them. The fallout from the allegations have hit CK hard. His newly produced movie titled I Love You Daddy, already canceled, and his Netflix has also shelved their upcoming stand-up special with the comedian. Aly Raisman is now the 2nd member of the Fierce 5 that took home a gold medal at the London Olympics to come out and say that she was sexually abused by USA Gymnastics longtime team physician. The 3-time gold medalist and captain of both the 2012 and 2016 Olympic teams told 60 Minutes, quote, "I just want to create change so that they never, ever have to go through this."
On the 3rd of November, during UCLA's basketball trip to China, 3 Bruins players were arrested after allegedly stealing merchandise from a Louis Vuitton store next to their hotel. One of the players being LiAngelo Ball, younger brother of Lakers rookie Lonzo Ball. Updates from ESPN tell us that UCLA and Alibaba founder Jack Ma are making their best efforts to secure the release of the 3 basketball players. Ball, Riley, and Hill are all currently on house arrest in China. The Houston Astros 2017 World Series trophy took a fall this past week at a charity event and was severely damaged. The event was being held at the Museum of Fine Arts in Houston, Texas. Once the incident occurred, staff members immediately had the trophy removed from the floor and had it sent out for restoration.
The 49ers are safe from being 0-16 this season after they got their first win against the Giants, improving their record to 1-9. The last time the 49ers were celebrating a victory, it was Christmas Eve 2016. 49ers guard Brandon Fusco said that he knew it was their game. Everything was working for us. It took 10 weeks, but they finally got the ball rolling as they look to take on the Seattle Seahawks in Week 12 after their bye week. Let's take it to sports. Alex Fernandez has more on that.
Thanks, Ben. Hi, welcome to this week's latest in sports. A lot of big moves were made this past week, from championship cross country to opening season tip-off for men's and women's basketball, and for the men on the pitch. Sophomore Swan Filipiou recaps the Academy Cross Country NCAA Regional Championship race on November 4th.
Division 1, but we didn't make it. So it was kind of strange just because there are like more people than conference. We are not very used to run on a flat course. We are always to hill, especially because we live in San Francisco. I think last year I finished 17, and this year we finished 7, so it's just an amazing thing. They improved a lot. Almost everybody I think did a PR, so it's good. It's sad we couldn't make it as a team, but I'm sure they will be with me.
The men's and women's basketball teams opened their season on Friday. The women hosted Montana State Billings, and the guys faced SF State. MSUB was ahead 21-10 before sophomore forward Ines Medina stopped the run. Midway through the second quarter, Medina and senior guard Jaslyn Brewster knocked down back-to-back three-pointers to spark a 13-0 RE response. The Urban Knights went into the fourth quarter up by 4, but the Yellow Jackets made 3 three-pointers in the final quarter, eventually winning 68-65. RE was led by Brewster's 21 points plus 10 points from Medina off the bench. RU men's basketball posted several highlight moments, including a 17-0 run and had a game-high 20 points from senior guard Kendall Brown. However, RU took a lead into the second half. SF State managed to pull away and maintain their advantage despite a late Knights run. The final was 72-65 SF State. In RU's 2017-18 season opener, 6 individuals made their Urban Knights debut. After a career first goal for a freshman Jarrett Gill, at the end of the first half, the Urban Knights managed to shut down Concordia, defeating their 4th place Eagles 1-0.
Concordia is a really good team, but they also left a lot of space for us to go forward because of their attacking nature. And the guys did well with being urgent but not rushing it where we turned it over. So we were able to get the ball forward a lot, and that created chances and created possession when we were able to be composed in the final third. So really excited for the improvement there. Again, Tombach healthy, having an experienced guy on the field makes a big difference.
It was a pretty good week for RU sports. The men's soccer team won their last game. Cross country placed in the championship run, and both basketball teams showed signs of growth. Let's keep up the good work, Knights. That's all for this week in sports. See you again next week.
Next, Jackson Murphy is joined by an entrepreneur making headway with an exciting new startup company here in the Bay Area.
Thank you. Today we're joined with Charlie Henderson, a former Academy of Art assistant baseball coach who has recently left his position here to join an exciting new startup here in the Bay Area. Charlie, thanks for joining us today.
Happy to be here.
All right, our first question that we have for you today is what company do you work for and what are your day-to-day responsibilities?
So my company, it's a good friend of mine and it's his own company. It's called Demand Gen Inc. Day-to-day responsibilities really are we work with top startups here in the Bay Area and we help them with their early growing pains of generating revenue and building from the ground up as the startups are here, and we are just there to help them find their target persona and really build their company.
Yeah, that's great. So, I mean, startup companies are a dime a dozen here in the Bay Area, and along with the financial risk, what's it been like for you to leave a comfortable position here at Academy of Art and kind of just venture out into a new territory that you weren't really sure of? I mean, that's kind of what comes with a new startup. So what was that experience like for you?
Yeah, it wasn't easy. At first, I wasn't sure if I was making the right decision, but I knew I wanted to branch out and really dive into what the Bay Area has to offer. It's incredible when it comes to startup companies, and especially in the tech and business world. And you know, the first month was challenging. I would wake up every morning thinking, what problem would I face today? And luckily, those problems have gotten a lot smaller here as I'm now in my 3rd month. But it's still there's a lot of challenges, and it's something that I look forward to conquering every day. But every day is difficult.
Absolutely, that's understandable with a newer company. So what have specifically have the biggest challenges been for you, and what's kind of like your working environment, and how do you compensate for these challenges?
Yeah, biggest challenge is really learning just the tech lingo and just trying to keep up with everything. I mean, my boss, who is the owner and founder of this company, he's been doing this for 12 years and knows everything. And I basically told him the first day, I'm not really sure what's going on, so bear with me. I'm going to be honest with you. If I don't know something, I'm just going to say I don't know. I'm not going to assume I know it and just make your life even worse. So it's really just kind of keeping up with the tech lingo and trying to figure out what exactly our clients are looking for in their product. Mainly what we are promoting and selling of our clients is their digital service product for other companies. So it's a business-to-business platform, but it's not easy, and I'm still learning new things every day about the products that I'm promoting.
Yeah. Where do you see this business in 10 years, and your enrollment in this business, or just where do you see yourself in the future?
This company, we're already growing. Since I joined 3 months ago, we've probably doubled with our clientele, which is great. It's added a lot more work, but in 10 years, it'd be great to have an actual, full team of coordinators or managers for what I do, and working. Everyone has their clients and their accounts that they work with. For me personally, I would love to gain the skills and knowledge here and to move up with a bigger company and be put in a role where I can succeed and grow as a professional.
That's great. I want to thank you very much for joining us today.
Yeah.
I hope the best for you in the future.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
What are you going to say at Thanksgiving dinner when asked about what you are grateful for? Marciano Reichel hit the streets to find out.
I'm thankful to be alive, to be healthy, to be born living in the United States, and to be able to go to school, to do what I love, and enjoy life.
Thankful for good health. Thankful that I have a close family and a close group of friends. A lot of people don't have they have some problems with their family, and I guess I take it for granted a lot of the time. But I'm very thankful for it.
I'm thankful that I have God. He watches over me every single day. Helps me get better, and I'm just thankful that I get to wake up every morning and live a good life. There's some people out in the world struggling, and it's tough, but I'm thankful that I don't have a struggle, and every day I can just wake up and live another day.
That wraps up this edition of Urban Knights Update. For everyone here, thanks for joining us. I'm Ben Clegg.
And I'm Brett Beauvais. Have a great day and join us again next time.